Hi y'all, girlfriend, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. I'm Cisonspace, and on this channel, I'm always dropping wisdom when it comes to warfare, spiritual warfare to be specific, friendship, relationship, love, femininity. The list goes on. It's a girlfriend channel, okay? And today I'm talking about spiritual vultures, spiritual leeches, spiritual parasites, people who like to see you wiped out. And when I mean wiped out, I've been feeling really heavy spiritually nowadays. I constantly have this headache and all of that. So I'm trying to find out in my own personal circle who is the leash, who is the parasite, because it's more than just physical. It's not like, oh, take paracetamol, you'll be fine. I have done all of that. And this thing doesn't feel like it's something physical. Okay, it feels more spiritual, more something that I need to look around and put some boundaries in place. I'm going to teach you how to recognize those spiritual vultures, people who come into your life to suck you dry. And this is one thing you need to know. If you ever feel completely wiped out after a conversation, even if it's nothing really negative or nothing bad, like they're not trying to share bad news, you're dealing with a vulture or a leash or a parasite. Okay, if those people are trying to drain you by always bringing your mood down, because there's some people who love to see you sad, who love to see you look heavy, who love to see you shut down so they can feel like they are the loudest in the room and they can get their little attention. They love to see you quiet and sad. Those are all spiritual vultures and leeches. So now I'm going to talk about the signs, and that's one thing I am on the search for, and I'm still on it because I have to create some boundaries. First of all, they're always finding fault and complaining. Look, there are people who don't want solution. They are not looking for someone to help them out of their situation. They're actually okay. They're very comfortable. They just love putting the weight of their woes onto someone else. They just love the feeling of putting that burden on you and you leaving the conversation looking so cloudy in the face. They love that. They love the fact that they have someone to yap to. And even when you give them a solution, they still stay in that situation years and years on. It's like you're talking to a wall, but this wall only talks to you when you need someone to talk to. Someone who constantly complains and never finds solution, never finds ways to solve the issue, shouldn't be in your circle. They talk about the same old thing. It has happened a year ago, 2 years ago. The conversation is constantly going back to the same old trauma they had, the same old problem they have, and it's still ongoing. They need to leave. They need to create boundaries. You keep telling them, you keep listening. Yes, that is a spiritual thief. And they love the fact that they have somewhere to put their weight to, they can go there and oh, let me call this person and complain. At least I'll be fine after that. Okay, because they know you're going to give them advice. They know you're going to pick up the call. They know you're going to share something with them that's going to uplift them, and that will leave you thinking about their issue, because you get worried, because you love them, you care for them. Now you are worried that they're going through this and they're happy. You thought of something positive to tell them, so now they can go to bed peacefully and go back to their miserable lives again and find something else to come back and talk about again. You are like a trash can to them emotionally. Okay, they come and dump and dump and dump, and they don't try to take the trash out. They don't try to take your advice. So what would the trash do? You are going to stink. You are going to be heavy. You are going to be drained. You're going to end up with headaches, being drained, not in the mood, uninspired, unmotivated, nothing. You feel so drained because you refuse to recognize that this person just wants to complain. That's the first way to know you're dealing with a spiritual thief, a spiritual vulture. And the second one is someone who attracts drama, the way they attract anything else in their life. If you see someone and all they thrive on is chaos, they love the chaos. They love to be in rival with people. They love to compete. They love it. In fact, if there is no competition, they create one. If there is no drama, they feel unsafe. Those people will drain you. Why? Because if you attach yourself to someone who is in constant, who said this and who that, and they're always cursing and always wanting to jump on someone and always in drama and constantly having issues with everyone around them, and you hang out with them, guess who they are going to share their everyday dramatic experiences with? Of course, you are the closest in sight. And because you're close, your ears are closer. So they're going to talk, they're going to yap, they're going to tell you stuff. And now you would start liking the drama. And you might end up getting drowned in their dramatic issue, because when something happens to them, you have to drive them to the place to go and fight. You have to come and pick them up when they go and fight. So what is all of that? Whenever they're in crisis, you have to bail them out. So they're going to pull you into an emotional roller coaster. They're going to drain you. They're going to make your life like it's not even fun. Avoid someone who attracts drama and chaos into their life. Those people will take out all your time and good energy. They will take the goodness out of you. Why? Because those people are not even appreciative. They don't appreciate the goodness in people because they don't see goodness. They see drama. You are trying to be good to them. You are thinking, oh, if I help them recognize that I'm a good friend, maybe they will live this dramatic life and then understand me. No, they are not. They're just looking for someone who will be a ride and die while they're causing trouble out there. Avoid dramatic people and save your time and life. And the third and most important person, and I feel like I'm dealing with this person, is the victim. Look, if you're a healer, or if you're someone who has awakened, I would say that. I'll use that word, of course. When you're awakened and you can see through things, and you see when people need help and you're very sympathetic, you might attract victims, okay? You might attract people who are constantly, seeking sympathy. Oh my God, they did this to me. I used to attract that a lot, but then I stood my ground and I was like, you know what? I've also been through stuff and I never tried to play the victim. I took responsibility of the role I played in whatever I went through, and I changed my life. So you have the capability to do the same. You just refuse to, because you love the attention you get. You get endless sympathy and validation from people. You are not held accountable. You're always constantly acting helpless, so people will help you. I could have chosen that path and played a victim, but I didn't. I became the hero. Okay, because of course I'm the hero. I survived that. I changed my story from victim to a hero. Every hero has challenges. That is why they are heroes. They conquered those challenges to become a hero. So if you're a conqueror, then it's easy for you to become a hero. So I was like, okay, I'm not a victim, I'm a hero. Because whatever this person put me through, my resilience and my strength got me this far. It made me who I am. And I saw it from the other side of the coin. But there are other people who come into your life to drain you, to suck you dry, to always take. Help me. They hate me. Sympathy. Validate me. Don't ask me for any responsibility. And you attract those people. And guess what? You have to help them all the time. You have to be sympathetic when you know they're at fault. You know this person, whatever they did, they attracted that to their own life. Okay, we design our own destiny as human beings. Once you start seeing life from that perspective, like, I make this decision and I put that on me, and maybe this is supposed to teach me a lesson, and that doesn't mean I should be a victim. If you don't teach those people a lesson by allowing them to face their own faith, you are attracting a vulture to your own self. So I stopped attracting vultures, and I'm still on it, because there's some people who are still hiding behind the vulture with like a doe face, and I'm still finding them out, because I don't want any victim in my life. I don't want people coming to me acting helpless when you know we've all been through something before. And I'm not saying don't be empathetic to people, because there's some people who are innocently trashed, and yes, that one I stand up for them, but I look for the strength in them. That is one thing I look for. When I find someone who is complaining, yes, I'm going to listen with empathy, but at the end of the day, I want to see how you rise. Are you going to rise, or you're still going to be in the same position, talking about the same story every day? Is it going to be the same old thing 3 months after, 6 months after I see you again, you're still helpless? Then you're not looking for help. You're just happy being a victim. A year later, 2 years, 3 years later, you're still drinking, you're still smoking, you're still doing the bad habits you told me you're going to stop, and you're doing it because someone did this to you, and that is how you cope. And I'm not saying don't be empathetic or feel for other people, but people should want better for themselves enough. Because I can want better for you, but I don't spend every day with you, so I can't really stop you from doing what you truly have plans to do. If you choose to destroy your life because you feel like that's coping, I don't sleep with you on the same bed. At the end of the day, even when I talk to you for hours, I'm going to leave you. When I leave, the decision you make after that is yours. But don't continue doing that thing and keep attracting, still staying in that vibration, keep attracting the same problem, and then coming back to play Mrs. or Mr. Helpless. That means you're making a decision to choose that old life. I could have chosen to stay where I was being abused. I could have chosen that. They weren't even trying to take me out of it. They were happy that he had a victim. I decided, no, I am worthy of being myself, of being strong, of being independent, if that's what it means to be free. I chose to see myself as a hero. And that reminds me of this movie that I watched recently on Netflix, Frankenstein. And I recommend that movie to everyone. I've been talking about this movie for the past days. It came this year, of the scientist who created a beast or a monster, or like a human being who would never die. And he ended up abusing the human he created, but then he chose to be a hero. At the end of the day, he pushed the ship of the Danish royal military guys, and they sailed away. He forgave him. He stopped being a victim, even though it was painful. Even though what that scientist who made him, his own creator, put him through wasn't nice, he chose to forgive and still be kind to people. That is what I look for, the strength. Not, oh my God, I was abused, I'm going to abuse other people. Oh my God, my dad used to drink and do this, I'm also going to beat my wife. No, that is where, you using your story as an excuse to live the bad life is why I'm not going to have sympathy for you. It's why I'm going to stop talking to that person. Anyway, I'm so passionate about this topic, as you can see. Because I'm going through something similar. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below, have you had a spiritual vulture or a spiritual parasite or a spiritual leech in your life who's draining you, who complains, who brings drama into your life, who's always acting helpless and needing validation, not being responsible, always putting you through emotional roller coaster? And whether it's a partner, a family member, or friend, let me know in the comments below, because you guys always have the most beautiful and horrific stories ever. Like, people share stories and I'm like, oh my God, and I read it and I don't even know what to reply to, because what? I know I've been through something, but you guys have the most wonderful blow off my heart kind of stories, and I love to hear each and every one of them. Let's have conversations in the community as well. I have my community open up. You can share your story there. All of you women or men, but my channel is mainly for women, but anyway, can share your stories in the community, and let's get talking, and let me know all your thoughts and stories. And on my next video, or the next two, or whatever, whenever I get the chance, I am going to make a video on how to shield your aura, protect yourself, because I am still developing the habits on how to create proper boundaries in my life that is going to help me. And it's not just boundaries, because some people, you need to clean yourself in a very spiritual way that I'm going to talk about that on my other video, because it's getting lengthy. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys. Bisous. Bye.